Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday. Listen, when you think of sobrevivencia, what's the first thing that comes to mind? The peaceful conflict resolution. If you're thinking it's all about pivoting and blending and giving in to get your way, that is certainly a big part of it. Those are certainly options, but there are times when you have no other recourse than to get to what I refer to as the heart of the matter. That's what we're looking at here today. And before I forget, if you absolutely, if you're liking this series, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell icon so that you don't miss any future content, and stick around because I'm going to give you some free resources and tell you about this upcoming training opportunity that's coming up that you can carry it out right where you are. First, Sobrevivencia on this topic. So, listen, yes, the peaceful conflict resolution is a big part of it, but ultimately the word is survival, and there may be instances where you simply have no other choice but, to respond in a more direct fashion. This response that I'm referring to is not just physical. There is verbal, so we use these responses. Keep in mind, Sobrevivencia is a base 3 response model. There are 3 different ways. I'm not going to get real deep into that. Also tied into certain elements that, if you've studied other combative arts, you may be familiar with, like water, wind, and fire, and so on and so forth. It has those components in there, but there are just times when you have no other choice. And I want to preface the whole thing by saying that the mental component is not one where you're thinking, well, if my opponent does this, I'm going to do this, or maybe I should. That in and of itself takes away, it detracts from Sobrevivencia's natural flow and spontaneous response depending on the situation. So let's assume that I need to get to this other side, and I have an individual here who is clearly bent on not allowing me to do what it is I need to do. And from a physical perspective, if you're thinking, you might be familiar, for example, these can all be carried out. I'm going to show you with the tool. I'm going to show you empty hand improvisational tools. This attack is coming here, and maybe you're used to seeing this and this. Well, in this situation, your verbal, your mental state reflects that you're not moving from here. And listen, you're here, and that person might be armed, but as they're coming in, you're going to move to this. If this extends all the way through, that's not going to do anything, but I got to the heart of the matter, or their center. Please note that as we're doing that, right, and this may be, I may not be, I may not be armed. If you're a Sobrevivencia student, you're always armed somehow, right? I may be, if I'm showing you this empty hand now, which doesn't have anything, we can set that down, and now, rather than this strike, coming in and me doing something like this to move in, now perhaps I'm having to now get right in there, and it's still not where I'm telegraphing, not what I'm doing. Hey, bam, it's just me gonna be here because I have to get over there. And if I'm, armed and she's armed, and apparently I'm not armed, and we're having this altercation, and it's starting to get heated. Hold on before you hit me, because she's so intent on hitting me. Right? And I say, hey, yep, bam, oh, there goes the hot coffee to the eyes, particularly if somehow this grab manifested. How do I get this off of me? That might be the only recourse where you have piping hot coffee. That's a serious burn. Now the hands are going to come here. We know the autonomic is to tear away from that. That's my escape route. That is the mental flexibility that you need to have, and the mental component so overlooked in SV. We believe that physical conditioning and preparing for very specific responses will only take you so far. Beyond that, and especially as the years go by and you're already not the fastest, not the strongest, now you have to respect that stage where you're at right now, and the mental aspect of it starts taking over, and taking into consideration, not having the frame of mind of, if they do this, I'm going to do that. Work should have already been done. Now it's just a matter of, hey, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm taking this in. I'm not separate from the dynamics of what's going on over here. I'm just going to respond to it. By the way, I've had many conversations with the founder on this, and a lot of times this is even used with family members and good friends, where sometimes you have to step in for their sake and to save them from something. It's almost like saying, hey, boom, no, it's actually this. And because I love you, I can't, have it, we can't have it any other way. And that's you holding your ground. So it expands beyond that. If you want to take a look at how that works in the dynamics, August 26th to the 30th, we have that SV Accelerator training, which is Zoom online. If you can attend during the hours, which I believe is the 11:45 it's Eastern time. If you're not available during those times, that's okay, because you'll have access to the recordings. But whether you're a beginner, well, this is new to that, you're hearing it for the first time, you've attended immersions, you're thinking of becoming a Sobrevivencia instructor, this is a phenomenal introduction. I will personally guide you through this. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun one. Go ahead and reach out to the headquarters. It's 800-289-8188. Text the letters CCC. Let's schedule some time. It doesn't cost you a penny to do that. Let's have a conversation. Find out if this is for you. And also, you have free resources. Go down below to the descriptions, and you have free Sobrevivencia group that you can be a part of. Simply request entry and they will let you right in. If you love it, if you're liking this, go ahead and comment and give me your thoughts. Thanks for watching. I'm Joe Robaina for Sobrevivencia and ACSD. Stay safe.